Hello, hello. Okay, this says good afternoon, good morning. We are about to have a really super exciting conversation right now. I'm just making sure that we are live because okay, awesome sauce. We are live. So, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are connecting from. Hi, hello. Thank you very much for coming in, Melissa. Appreciate it. Where are you connecting from? Let me know in the comments where are you connecting from and how's your day going so far? Let's have a conversation here because thank you very much. We are going to be talking about styling you for the year that you want. So I want this to be as interactive as possible. So let me know where you're connecting from and how's it going so far? How's your week? How's everything going? How's the year going? Because we're in just wrapping up. I mean, it's March, right? The first quarter of 2021 is almost coming to a close. Yes, it's the 4th, but before we know it, it's the end of March. So thanks again for connecting. So yes, today's conversation is just like whenever I sit down and I think about these conversations that I want to have with you guys, I always think about how can I make it relatable to the situations that we're in currently, but at the same time, help you to really think beyond the moments that we're in and really show up as your best dressed self, because that's what's most important, right? It's not just styling for today, but it is styling for tomorrow and your future self, whatever that looks like. So it's ensuring that you have that image based on that. So thanks again for connecting. I appreciate that. So for those of you who are connecting with me for the first time, you may not have been following my content or anything like that. But if you are, and if you're new to my channel, thank you very much. And of course, make sure that you're following me so that you never miss these discussions that I'm having. So for those of you who are new to me, as I said, thanks again. So my name is Salita. I'm an image coach and personal stylist, and I help women entrepreneurs just refine your style so that you can feel more confident, so that, you are being seen, you're being heard, and of course, you're being paid your worth, right? We're showing up in spaces where decisions are being made, and we want to ensure that we do have, I want to ensure that you do have that level of confidence whenever you do step into those rooms and you know that, yes, you're invited and yes, you belong in those rooms and you're not self-conscious about your appearance and you do have that appearance that you're able to style for impact. So here's my first question to you as we kick off this discussion. What is your biggest goal for 2021? What is your biggest goal? Because once we understand what that big goal is, then of course we can look at your big goal and look at the way you're showing up. And that's where you will find like, okay, is there a disconnect between the goals that I want to achieve and the way I'm showing up? It doesn't matter what's happening right now in the world. At the end of the day, you still have to progress. You are still alive, right? You are still going, not to say, just like being sensitive to those persons who would have lost anyone. It's reminding you of the fact that your journey is still continuing and you cannot take that for granted by not showing up as your best self. And that's something that I encourage everyone to do. Do not take for granted the time and the space that you're in. It's so, so, so important that we value the time that we have and that we really and truly put our best foot forward to ensure that we do accomplish the things that we want. We do speak up when it's necessary. We do share our stories just to help each other, become better and really make an impact in our personal and professional lives. So let me know, what is your one big goal for 2021? Because while you do that, as I said, it's about stepping into your power, I created this guide, the Style to Impact guide. And in that guide, I spoke about stepping into your power, because that's what we're doing. Sometimes we're holding ourselves back with everything that's happening. You may say, oh, no, I don't want to plan anything major because I don't know. There's so many uncertainties and so many things happening. And you may be struggling to determine, decide, well, should you make any major goals and how do you proceed with that? So in that guide, in Stepping into Your Power, I really show you how to show up as your future self, right? They're journal prompts that will help you determine what are some of the things you want and how is it that you need to show up, because it's important that you do that. So as I said, in that guide, that's what I covered there. But today I want to share with you the 3 C's and that I use to create an impactful wardrobe, and create an impactful wardrobe, not only for myself, but also for my clients. It's what I use to help my clients really step out and be able to show up as their authentic self, to really feel excited and joy based on what they're wearing. Because at the end of the day, with everything that's happening, we want to be excited, we want to be happy, we want to be comfortable. And your wardrobe is a way to be able to express that. So yes, absolutely. And that's the thing, whatever your big goal is, now we're going to align your big goals. Scaling your business, most persons are looking at that right now, right? Being able to pivot, being able to really take your business to another level where, maybe you've been playing it small in the last 2 or 3 years, and you've now realized that, you know what? I can do this. I can develop a better business. I can be able to do so many things that I want to do. And setting those goals for yourself is important, right? It's important. And at the same time, while you set those goals, there's certain gaps that we have to close. We have to close the gap in not just creating that new business plan and the new way forward, but we have to look at how we're showing up on social media. We have to look at how we're engaging, because networking and everything is different now. So there are different facets to you developing your business and you scaling and you really getting to that level that you want. And your style is part of that. So the first C, let's get into how you can style for the year that you want, because that's what we want, right? The first C is to get completely dress completely. I think that's better. So get dressed completely. I know with everything that's happening, we're like, oh no, I don't need to dress, put on a full outfit. I can just dress tabletop. But as much as that may have worked last year, and think about it, right? Because we're talking about your future. We're talking about the year that you want. Last year you did that. You dressed the tabletop, you dressed in your PJs, and you dressed in your comfortable clothing. But were you able to really make the changes that you want in your life? If we're looking at it, we have to look at it that way. The way you were dressing before, last year and the year before, were you able to really accomplish the things that you want? And this is why I encourage you to get fully dressed, because once we do that, we are aligning ourselves with the goals that we want to achieve, right? We're not staying in the same space of uncertainty, of what 2020 brought us and COVID-19 brought us. We're not staying in that space of uncertainty. We're projecting, because we're talking about manifestation, right? We sit down, we manifest, okay, I want to grow my business to a 6-figure or 7-figure business. I want to be able to have more joy in my life. I want to be able to spend more time with my family. And we have so many things that we want to do and so many things that we're manifesting. But at the same time, we're not practicing good habits. We're not practicing, putting ourselves in the space and the place that's able to get us those things. So this is what when I talk about getting fully dressed, is what it means. You're putting yourself in that mindset, in that space of productivity, in that space of saying, I am moving forward, right? I am putting things in place to be able to get the life that I want. There are things that I cannot control, and there are lots of things that we cannot control. But the thing that we can control are the things like what do we wear? How do we speak? How do we show up? Those things are in your control. And that's where I want to just get away from the sweatpants. I know it's comfortable. I know you're in your homes. I know it feels great just to put on, your regular home clothing, as we will call it in the Caribbean. And, you step out, you're at home, so you wear your home clothing. I know it feels great doing that. But you no longer, most of us don't have to commute. There is that 10 or 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, whatever your commute time was, that you would have been on the road, having to spend that time doing that. So think about what your life was before COVID. You would have gotten up, you had to make breakfast for the kids if you do have kids, or you do your meditation, you do your yoga, you pick your outfit, you put on your clothes, and you commute for an hour, half an hour, whatever that time is. You no longer have to do that. So whenever I look at it, that's time that you would have gotten back. Right? That's time that you got back to be able to really streamline your life and really focus on certain things and make sure that a lot of things are in order. Now, I am not going to say this time and everything that you're doing is easy, because there's so many hats and so many roles that you're playing. So it's not easy. But I do understand that if we set intentional goals, if we are intentional about what we want to achieve, then we will set aside the time necessary to accomplish those things. So I want you to look at getting dressed as a task, as a habit that's necessary to be able to get the year and the life that you want. We're no longer staying stuck in yesteryear. We're no longer staying stuck in last month or whatever it is. We're now progressing. We're now changing our habits to be able to get the life that we want. Okay, so that is where I want you to go. Get completely dressed. Put yourself in that mindset of getting the life that you want and dressing for the year that you want. And the second C is to get creative, right? Get creative. Don't just go into your closet and pull the closest thing to your hand and put it on, and you go down and you get into your routine, because it does affect your mindset. It does affect how you show up and how you feel about yourself, because one of the things that's most important to us right now, more than anything else, is maintaining our sanity, maintaining our mental health, maintaining our space, and ensuring that we're not overwhelmed by everything that's happening, and trying to navigate the new world that we're in. So I need you to get creative with your wardrobe. That means, I think I used this example before with a client that I had, and we were going through a style session, and I told her how many pieces to bring to the style session and what type of specific pieces that she should bring, and she brought everything black, because that's the mood and that's the space and that's everything that she was in. And she was like, yeah, bring everything black. Looking into her closet, there were so many beautiful colors, but she didn't feel as though she was in that space and mindset to wear the colors. Black suited her mood, right? And that's where I want you to uplift your mood, really get into that space where you're wearing things to inspire you, and you're wearing things to really motivate you to get yourself in that mindset that you can get the life that you want. So when we talk about getting creative, that means let's get to, if you've never used Pinterest before, you're missing out, right? And when you go on Pinterest, let me tell you, when you go on Pinterest, it's not about, searching Pinterest to find an outfit and go, oh, but I don't have the pieces to recreate that. If you have the pieces to recreate it, go ahead and do it. If you want to purchase the pieces to recreate it, go ahead and do it, but you don't have to. Finding inspiration is exactly what it is, inspiration. So you may have a pink blazer in your closet, and for the life of you, you don't know how to style it. You're like, okay, it's a beautiful blazer. I don't know how to style this thing. I have nothing in this closet that I think will go with it. I can guarantee you there's something in your closet that will go with that pink blazer. Just simply go to Pinterest, go into the search bar, because it's a search engine. You can search for anything that you want. How to style a pink blazer. And you'll get so many options. And based on the options that you have, then you can go into your closet. Okay, so option number one was styling a pink blazer with a white button-down shirt. Do I have a white button-down shirt in my closet? Yes, I do. There's your inspiration. There's a new way to style the pieces that you have. And shameless plug, if you lack that creative or you don't have the time, definitely don't have the time for it, then of course you hire a professional stylist like myself, right, to be able to go through your closet and create those pieces, create outfits that you need, so that you can now, all that you have to do is just pull and play, so to speak, right? You just pull the pieces and you put them on, boom, there you go, right? So get creative with the things in your closet. Don't just wear the same outfit every single day. Now, I can tell you that I wear the same set of pieces, but I don't wear the same set of outfit every single day. I get creative about what I have, try and find new ways to recreate, what I'm wearing, try and find new ways to change it up. If you have followed certain, like my content before, you would have seen that I've worn this exact outfit before. Right. And that's the beauty of putting together great outfits and getting creative. You don't have to think again what to wear. So I wanted to show up today, be bright and colorful. So you know what? What was that outfit that helped me do that? Boom. There I go. Takes away so much of the guesswork, because I did the work before and I know what outfit works. The only thing I needed to do, because I felt like it, I changed my earrings. I think I'm wearing the same hairstyle, I think, but you don't have to do a lot once you get creative, and you'll be able to find those inspiration and keep, whenever you create those outfits, just keep a photo album of what you have created, so that you don't have to constantly be, doing the work over and over. And as I said, if you don't have the time completely, then of course you hire a stylist like me. Yeah, so so far we've had 2 C's, which is to get dressed completely and to get creative, right? To get creative. My third key to just really dressing your best and having being able to make an impact with your wardrobe is to utilize colors. Utilize the colors in your closet. I know you have colors in your closet, so why aren't you wearing them? Do not, and I encourage, and I say this with all the love that I can, stop wearing the dull and boring colors, and you're sitting there wondering, why is it you're in a funky mood? Why is it you are stressed out? Why is it you're overwhelmed? Why is it you feel so doom and gloom? And because you're dressing in a doom and gloom way, right? So I don't want you to do that. If you want to change your circumstances and change how you show up and what you're wearing, I need you to utilize the colors in your wardrobes, because colors are known to make us feel good, right? Colors, there's just something about putting on a pop of color and looking at yourself, just seeing your face light up, whether or not you're wearing a lipstick, colorful lipstick, or you're wearing a blazer, or you're wearing a statement necklace, like a colorful necklace, or maybe you're wearing colorful shoes, right? Do you decide that, okay, you're going to sit at your desk and wear your red pumps, right? Because it makes you feel good. And that's the thing, colors have a way of impacting our mood and making us feel great about ourselves. And just a perception, think about it, the perception that yellow is such an optimistic and energizing color. It's a feel-good color. So whenever you think about if you put on a yellow dress, and we know yellow, sunshine and all of that is associated with it, and you put on a yellow dress, but yet your shoulders are drooping and you're feeling not so great about yourself, then you kind of like step back and look at yourself and like, wait a minute, like I'm wearing such a funky color, such an optimistic color, but my mood is down. Like, why? What do I need to do? And then all of a sudden you find yourself, because you're wearing that color, you change your posture. You're sitting upright and you're smiling, because that color it's like It's seeping into your being and just kind of making you feel enlightened and joyful. And I know a lot of you, like, how do I wear colors? How do I put together different colors? Again, Pinterest is a great source. And of course, getting a style is also a great source. I can do like a video on that later. We have a discussion as to how to style colors, but it goes back to being creative with the pieces that you have. It goes back to getting fully dressed, because this situation that we're in is not going to stay this way forever, right? It's not, well, at least we're hoping that this is not going to be it. There's going to be some adjustments that we need to make, but this is not going to be it. So I need you to really embrace that and utilize the colors that you have. Because one of the things that colors as well, uplifting your mood, there is also colors. You use colors to communicate your value, your confidence, and to be able to attract attention, right? With the current climate that we're on, we're doing everything from this screen, right? It doesn't matter how big your computer is. When you get on Zoom, we're all the same size. And if you're in a networking event or a business meeting where there are like 50 to 100 persons on that call, it then means that every square is so much more smaller. So how can you stand out? How can you have people pay attention to you and to really energize them into, buying into what you are saying, or just like looking at you on screen and going, okay, yeah, wow, I want to talk to, I want to talk to Salita. I love that color that she's wearing. And it really resonates with them that, oh, I remember you. We were on this call and you were wearing this orange, shirt, or you were wearing this statement necklace, because that is what colors does for you, especially in this space, is to be able to communicate your value, to be able to draw people in. And then, of course, you, as I said, you feel confident about yourself. You know that every time you show up on your Zoom calls, on your webinars, on your interviews, you are standing out, because that's the first thing that you want to do. You want to be able to, when someone clicks on, that Zoom link and you pop up on screen, to go, wow, you are gorgeous. You are bringing the energy, you are bringing, the enthusiasm, and you haven't even said anything as yet, right? So it's so important for you to utilize those colors in your wardrobe. And some of the colors that, force people into action, force people to really, get connected with you and really, want to know more about you. We're talking about the oranges and the yellows. Those are colors that really spark and like really, encourages people to take action, to click on links, to, follow you on Instagram or LinkedIn, or follow your business, or really connect with you, in terms of booking a consultation or anything like that with you. And when we're talking about connection, using colors to connect, those are like your blues and your whites and your greens. Those are colors that, we see them, it's like, oh, you want to connect. It's that professionalism, it's that that side of you that people like, oh, I want to, just engage with you. But those, don't be limited by those colors. Don't think because I, give you those suggestions, those are the only colors that you should go in your closet or try and go and buy, purchase those because you don't have that. No, wear the colors that you feel good in, you feel great in. I don't think there is any right or wrong color, because I've discovered that there's some colors that I wear, and by itself, it doesn't really add anything to my appearance. It doesn't, it doesn't uplift, it doesn't do anything. But once I combine that with another color or a solid, it then changes the entire outfit. Just to give you an example, this outfit that I'm wearing, this shirt by itself is just really it does nothing. It's just sitting on me, and it's like dots, and it has this frilly, feminine look, and it's just like there. It does not, by itself, it does nothing for me. But once I add a solid blazer with it, I've styled this with a red blazer, I've styled this with a pink blazer before, I've styled it with a white blazer before. Once I add a different layer to this shirt, it completely changes the look, and the color doesn't feel as washed out or as bland on me. So that is what I want you to think of. Even though you may put on a color, and it's like, not sure, maybe not. Don't just dismiss it right away. See how you can, what layering piece can you add to that to completely change the look. Because you can wear anything. It's just about how you style it, and it's how you just kind of like add your personality and your flair to it. So as we style for the year that we want, as we show up for the year that we want, we have to pay attention to not only our mindset, not only the habits that we're practicing, but also the way that we are dressing and how we are communicating our values to those persons that's connecting with us on these platforms that we're engaging, and we're really going through that space. So I need you to spend some time on you. I know there are 1,000,001 things that you're currently doing. I understand that life is not the way it used to be, and I want to say to those of you who are killing it as a mom, as a wife, as a business owner, and you're juggling it all, and you're not complaining, and you're just showing up with a smile on your face. I want to add to that smile by encouraging you to take a moment for yourself, some self-care, some self-love, and really think about your wardrobe, because that is going to help you. Think about it as your oxygen. Think about it as your motivational piece. Once you clothe yourself in, pieces that make you feel happy, that inspire you to really show up as your best self, then you're going to notice that when the kids are screaming, when, everything else is happening, like, you're like, okay, no one is injured, everything is fine, the house is not on fire, I can proceed in doing what I'm doing, because you have put yourself in such a great mental space that the unnecessary distractions don't get to you. So that is what I want to encourage you to just take a moment to focus on you, take a moment to really think about your big goals that you want to accomplish, and identify whether or not you are showing up as that person. And if you're not showing up as that person, I encourage you to really, really, really take interest and take action into ensuring that you are dressing your best. So here's my second question for you. My first question for you was, what is your big goal for 2021, right? My second question is, on a scale of 1 to 5, how difficult it is for you to get dressed in the morning? Let's think about that for a moment. How difficult is it for you to get dressed in the morning? If you are saying, if you're anything between a 1 and a 3, as in, yeah, when I'm trying to get dressed and I'm like, 1, I'm not so bad at it, I get dressed really great. 2, yeah. 3, yeah, I'm good. Anything from a 3 to a 5 being, it's horrible, I have a bad experience, I spend a lot of time deciding what to wear, or I end up just grabbing the sweatpants, grabbing that black outfit because I couldn't be bothered, then you need help. Okay? I'm not saying that to be mean or anything like that. It just simply means that you need to not spend that time being in that decision fatigue and being frustrated and being overwhelmed with everything else that you're doing, and adding, trying to decide what to dress, and oh, that's awesome that you're 1. That's great. I mean, that's where we want to be. We want to be at that 1 stage where getting dressed is not difficult, right? Because everything else in our lives need, our attention and time, and we need to focus on those things. But at the same time, how you show up is also, also impact the way you go about doing those things and the way you accomplish those things. So with everything in life, we don't want to be overwhelmed and bogged down with, like putting in too much energy into certain things. Certain things should just come like naturally to us, but it comes from practice, and it also comes from getting the help. So if you are between 3 and a 5, then as I said, you definitely need help with that, which is great because help is always available. The only thing that you have to do is ask. You have to ask for help. If you know that you are not showing up as your best dressed self, if you know in yourself that, okay, I want to dress my best, I want to show up as my best, it's impacting my mood, it's impacting my business, it's impacting every single thing in my life, but I don't seem to have it together to be able to do it. And I don't want to dress this way anymore. I don't want to show up in sweatpants. I want to get fully dressed. I want to be creative with my style, and I want to wear colors. Then I want to introduce you to the Shop Your Closet segment that I have. I'm going to copy that link and drop it in the comments there. So here's what the Shop Your Closet is all about, just to give you an idea. It's basically me going into your closet virtually and creating outfits for you for at least 7 days. And all that I need from you is 1 hour. 1 hour of your time to create outfits for at least 7 days. You don't have to worry about it. All you have to do is show up, and I show you how to mix and match the pieces. What are some of the pieces that you need? So whenever you get up, you get up. The only thing that you have to do every morning is to pull an outfit and put it on. Taking out the guesswork. You don't have to worry about that. So as I said, if you're between 3 and 4, definitely hit that link and let's get you to a 1, because that's where we want to be, right? We want to be at the 1. So thanks again for joining. I look forward to seeing those, being in your closet and helping you really dress for the year that you want, right? Coming up next week, this one here, when I thought of, what are we going to discuss next week? I'm like, yes, what are we discussing next week is what to do with your pre-COVID wardrobe. I know there are a lot of you going, okay, so Lisa, you're telling me to dress better, you're telling me to show up, you're telling me to do all of these things, but currently I have a pre-COVID wardrobe that I have no idea what to do with it. So I'm going to share with you some tips that you can use to either repurpose your pre-COVID wardrobe or, some other things that you should be doing it. So definitely stay tuned for that. Stay connected. Follow me so that you don't miss that conversation. It's going to be happening next week. Again, next week, Thursday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So definitely connect with me on that. And also ensure that you secure your spot for the Shop Your Closet. This is something, as I said, that you definitely need to take away some of the stresses of the day and ensure that you are really showing up as your best dressed self. So thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate you guys being here, and I will see you all next week. Same place, same time, different set of conversations, but all in having the same goal of styling you for impact, ensuring that you're showing up as your best dressed self. So thanks again for joining. Take care. Bye.